Carrying a firearm isn't just about strapping on a sidearm, it's a serious commitment to being ready when danger shows up uninvited. In the gun world, we often focus on how to carry inside the waistband, outside the waistband, strong side, or appendix, but not nearly enough on how not to carry. The truth is, understanding the pitfalls is just as important as mastering proper technique. In this piece, we're going to dive into some of the riskiest and least practical concealed carry methods out there. These techniques, often hyped or misunderstood, could seriously compromise your ability to defend yourself. We'll break down why they fail and highlight the one method that earns the title of worst carry choice. Carrying a handgun for protection isn't just about looking tough, it's about taking ownership of your safety and that of those around you. But let's be honest, owning a firearm is the easy part. The real challenge comes with how you carry it. The carry method you go with could mean the difference between a smooth, fast draw or fumbling when seconds matter most. There are plenty of ways to carry concealed inside the waistband, outside the waistband, appendix, small of the back, you name it. Every method has its supporters and its drawbacks. What they all have in common, though, is the need to strike a solid balance between being accessible and being safe. If you can't get to your pistol under pressure, all the training in the world won't help you. When it comes to self-defense, speed is everything. Data shows that violent encounters often last no more than a few heartbeats. If your holster position slows your response or interferes with your draw, you might not get a second chance. That's why this isn't about style or comfort, it's about staying alive. Not every carry technique is created equal. Some setups might look cool or feel convenient until the moment they fail you. Imagine trying to draw from an awkward angle when someone's charging you, or worse, losing control of your gun because it's in a spot that's easy to grab or hard to protect. A bad choice in carry can turn your greatest asset into a liability. With all that in mind, let's take a closer look at one of the most hotly debated carry styles out there and what makes it both praised and criticized. Appendix carry. Appendix carry has gained a serious following lately. Positioned front and center, just above your belt buckle, this method is all about speed and concealment. When done right, it offers lightning-fast draw times and stays hidden even under light clothing. It's no surprise that so many everyday carriers and professionals alike swear by it. But it's not just the quick access that makes appendix carry appealing. Many shooters find it more comfortable than hip or behind the back carry, especially when seated. Since the firearm sits close to your body's core, it's more stable and less prone to shifting or printing. There's less risk of catching it on clothing or gear, which is a big deal in real-world scenarios. That said, appendix carry isn't without its drawbacks, and they're serious ones. The very thing that makes it fast, the front and center position, also makes it risky. A negligent discharge while holstering can cause catastrophic injuries. You're dealing with vital organs, your femoral artery, and more. This risk is especially concerning when you're running striker-fired pistols like Glocks or SIG P320 models, which don't have external safeties and rely heavily on good trigger discipline. If you're using appendix carry, reholstering must be slow, controlled, and deliberate. One careless move or snagged shirt can spell disaster. That's why experienced shooters often recommend visually inspecting the holster every time before putting the gun back in. That small habit can save your life. Your choice of firearm plays a big role here too. While striker-fired pistols are the go-to for many appendix carriers, double-action handguns and revolvers are often safer in this position thanks to their longer, heavier trigger pulls. If you're sticking with a semi-auto, it's worth considering one with a manual safety or using a holster with a built-in trigger block. Speaking of holsters, this is not the place to cut corners. A good appendix holster should completely cover the trigger, hold the gun securely, and sit snug against your body. Look for one that offers adjustable ride height and cant so you can fine-tune your setup. The right fit can drastically improve both comfort and safety. So, what's the bottom line? Appendix carry isn't for everyone, but when done correctly with solid gear, strict discipline, and proper training, it can be one of the most effective ways to carry. Just understand that it demands more attention to detail than other methods. In this game, small mistakes can have huge consequences. Small of back carry. Let's talk about a method that some folks gravitate toward for its deep concealment, the small of back carry. This setup places your handgun in the curve of your lower spine, making it nearly invisible under even lightweight clothing. On the surface, it might seem like the perfect blend of stealth and comfort. That natural dip in your lower back feels like a logical place to tuck away a pistol until you look a little deeper. Despite its low-profile appeal, this carry position comes with some serious hazards. The most alarming is the elevated risk of spinal trauma. When you strap a solid steel firearm against your spine, you create a dangerous point of impact. If you were to slip or get knocked down, that handgun could become the very thing that puts you in a wheelchair. This isn't just theoretical, it's a well-documented concern in law enforcement circles. In fact, several police departments across the United States have banned this carry method entirely. One particularly tragic example involved an officer who took a fall directly on his duty gear, resulting in a permanent spinal injury. That's not a risk any responsible gun owner should take lightly. Aside from the injury concerns, drawing from the small of your back is flat-out awkward under stress. Reaching behind you in a life or death moment is slower, less stable, and puts you at a disadvantage. You're exposing your side or back to an attacker while making a move that sacrifices speed and control, two things you absolutely cannot afford to lose when lives are on the line. From a legal and liability standpoint, this carry style is frowned upon too. Many insurance providers and agency guidelines flag it as a high-risk choice. Even pocket carry, for all its own drawbacks, is a more practical and safer alternative. With pocket carry, you gain faster access and completely eliminate the spinal injury threat. All things considered, small of back carry is a bad idea, but it still isn't the worst. That unfortunate title belongs to an even more flawed method, ankle carry. Ankle carry. Stashing a firearm down on your leg might sound like a clever, low-profile option, but it's one of the least practical methods out there. First off, your legs are constantly in motion. That non-stop movement increases stress on your holster and can wear it down quicker than most people realize. Over time, retention becomes an issue, and there's a real risk of your gun slipping out during a jog, sprint, or scuffle. Even when you're using a quality ankle holster, the extra weight swinging around your leg is uncomfortable and unbalanced. That swinging mass isn't just annoying, it can lead to injuries or draw attention, defeating the whole purpose of deep concealment. And let's not forget about firearm limitations. To make ankle carry even remotely viable, you're pretty much locked into tiny backup guns, think Smith & Wesson Model 637 or other small-frame revolvers. These little guys may be light on your leg, but they also tend to be light on stopping power and round count. In a high-stakes confrontation, that could be the difference between walking away or not. Even if you're tempted to carry a larger piece down there, the drawbacks only get worse. Heavier guns throw off your stride and make concealment far more difficult. Whether it's a subcompact 9mm or a snub-nose revolver, ankle carry compromises your readiness. In a close quarters fight or a ground struggle, reaching all the way to your foot puts your weapon in the worst possible place. Sure, some folks argue ankle carry works well when seated, like behind the wheel or at a desk. But the reality is, cross-draw setups, shoulder rigs, or dedicated car holsters serve that role much better while keeping your firearm in a faster-to-reach location. With so many disadvantages and only a few niche benefits, ankle carry ends up being more of a liability than an asset. Better carry options. Thankfully, there are much smarter ways to carry your sidearm methods that strike the right balance between safety, speed, and reliability. Inside the waistband carry, commonly referred to as IWB, is among the top choices for concealed carry practitioners. It tucks your holstered firearm just inside your belt line, offering a blend of concealment and fast access. This setup works well across a wide range of clothing styles and body shapes, and when paired with a quality holster, it distributes weight evenly for all-day comfort. Then there's outside the waistband carry, or OWB, which prioritizes draw speed and ease of access. Because the firearm rides outside the pants, it's easier to get a full firing grip quickly. While not as discreet as IWB, OWB is the go-to for many law enforcement professionals and open carry advocates. When paired with a good retention holster and proper cover garments, it can be both secure and surprisingly low profile. Another often overlooked but valuable method is pocket carry. This is especially effective with smaller firearms like subcompact pistols or compact revolvers. A purpose-built pocket holster keeps the trigger protected and the gun properly oriented, so you're not fishing around blindly when seconds matter. While it's not ideal for every scenario, pocket carry makes an excellent backup or minimalist solution. The role of gear and consistent training. Even the most practical carry method can fall short without the right gear and training to support it. Your holster isn't just an accessory, it's a cornerstone of safe and effective concealed carry. A well-built holster will provide solid retention, fully protect the trigger guard, and reduce the chance of any unintended discharge. Adjustable models offer an added advantage, letting you fine-tune ride height and cant to suit your personal carry style, body type, and clothing choices. But hardware is only half the equation. Skill matters just as much, if not more. Regular training sessions are essential to build muscle memory and ensure you can draw and reholster safely and efficiently. Practicing your draw stroke, clearing garments, and maintaining awareness of your surroundings gives you the edge when it counts. When time is critical, a smooth and controlled draw can determine the outcome. That brings us to the end of this overview. The best method of carry is the one that works for you, combining comfort, safety, and quick accessibility. With dependable equipment and steady practice, carry methods like inside the waistband, outside the waistband, and pocket carry consistently prove themselves to be among the most capable and effective options for everyday protection. What's your go-to carry setup? Drop a comment and share your experience. We'd love to hear what works for you and why. If you found this helpful, be sure to hit that like button, share it with fellow gun owners, and subscribe for more real-world firearms insights. Thanks for tuning in.